How do you, because say, let's say Homi Bhabha lived 50, 55 years ago,
Hmm.
and his life is well
Let's say.
documented, but he's still there? Yeah. His life is well documented,
Yes.
but of course there are blanks. There are always blanks that we have to fill in with dramatization, fictionalization, whatever you want to call it. How do you do that without demeaning or insulting the person who is not here to defend himself, so as to say?
Well, sure makes it a lot easier if the person is not alive. I wonder when people make biopics on people who are still alive, I'm like, now that is pressure. Like that is like real pressure.
Yeah.
You have to meet this person. You have to actually be weighed against the interview that they themselves can give. That's like, I think of Dhoni's one that was made, and even now about Kapil Dev and 83, and it's like, whew, that is a different kind of pressure, in my opinion.
Right.
In this, the broad strokes of the guy is there.
It's a show about science as well. I mean, it's at the core of the story, science. And there are
Yeah,
a lot
mostly
of
science.
there are a lot of monologues, your lectures and everything, which are very science heavy, which are very technical. I was speaking to Ishfaq about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I had to go." So, did you have to take science classes for it? Because you can't just cram it up and vomit it out on the screen. You have to understand what you're saying. You have to understand it with the same conviction as Homi Bhabha did. Of course, you can't do that, but at least you have to get the basics right. So, did you actually go for science classes of some sort or some sort of tutoring or whatever?
No, but I tried to understand what I was talking about in each scene that I was talking about. No, I did not know how to like actually detect cosmic rays, but I knew enough about it to, I think, sound convincing and to know. And of course, there were people there, uh, engineers and physicists that were vetting, the script. So any questions you had, they could be asked, they could be answered. You could do your side research about it. So I felt that they just handled it so well that we felt very safe in those regards. So it was easier to do it, not feeling like, do they not know? Am I gonna sound? I never mistrusted that. It was very like, no, this they've got down. And why? Because you look it up 5 times and you realize it's right. So then you can just flow with actually trying to make the information come out organically.
It's tough to play a character who's not your age, but it's tough to progressively play a character who's not your age. You start when he's 30, you sort of end the first season when he's in his 50s. The range is very difficult. I know you did it over a period of time, so it becomes easier as opposed to let's say a play where it would be much more challenging, but it still poses a challenge, right? Because it's the same character, but he's going through 25 years of life experience and you have to cram it up in 8 months or 10 months or whatever the shooting time is. How do you go about doing that?
Try your best. There's no real roadmap. You hope that the director is keeping an eye out for that stuff, and Abhay did. So we really tried to also put it into the lines, so it helps us. Where just the way these people speak to each other now already has a sense of like we've known each other for very long. If you just put those little details into the lines, then it becomes easier to play because you have a good foundation already.
Right.
And so I liked being tired, less exuberant about everything, and pulling it together every now and then. And you see sparks of the young man, even in the old man, when he gets excited.
Jim, lovely talking to you. I know for a fact that whatever, if it's a mobile phone, a laptop, or a film screen, you always give your 110%. And looking forward to seeing more and more of you and for every other project in future. And we'll chat once again for the success of your next project. We'll do that.